CTV News with Jack Morse.
Thank you for joining us. It was a violent arrest last year that left one Innisfil man dead after being shot by police outside his home, and his twin brother facing several charges. Here's CTV's Mike Arcelides, but first a warning, some of the details of this report may be disturbing.
I'm pleased that the charges against Dylan Hatton have finally been withdrawn.
CTV News has learned Dylan Hatton, the now 20-year-old Innisfil man who was shot by South Simcoe police during an arrest last August that resulted in police shooting and killing his twin brother at their family home, had his criminal charges dropped by the Crown. Hatton was initially charged by the OPP in December of 2024 with assault causing bodily harm, assault with a weapon, and 4 counts of assaulting an officer, along with dangerous driving during a violent interaction following a call for help August 15, 2024, at the home along Shoreview Drive. Crown attorney Sonny Dudani told the court of triable issues that would prevent the prosecution from being able to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
There was no possible route to find Mr. Hatton guilty of any of these offenses against the police. 2
of the counts against Hatton were withdrawn earlier this year related to allegations Hatton assaulted his father that day, prompting the 911 call to police. The Special Investigations Unit cleared South Simcoe police of criminal wrongdoing in the arrest and fatal shooting. The SIU concluded in December the actions of police were legally justified. The SIU said the Hatton boys were in an SUV on the driveway and refused to come out when the tires began to turn in the direction of one of the officers, who yelled at them not to move the vehicle as it picked up speed, and the officer fired 5 shots, killing Liam Hatton. The SIU revealed Dylan Hatton then put the vehicle in reverse and was shot by 3 officers.
On my review of the body cam footage, which was inconsistent with the police notes, it was clear that Mr. Hatton should never have been shot by police.
SIU investigators said the gunfire on Dylan Hatton was less easily reconciled as reasonable, based on the evidence collected saying the actions of the 3 officers were not unjustified when faced with the very real possibility of being run over. Hatton was rushed to hospital in life-threatening condition and charged months later following an OPP investigation.
Mr. Hatton should never have been charged by police. This entire case is a tragedy.
The Hatton family has not provided further comment on the incident. Mike Arcelides, CTV News, Barrie.
Police are investigating after shots were fired in Vaughan. This is the scene on Chopin Boulevard. Officers responded to the area just before 4 this morning. No injuries have been reported, but police say one man was observed firing multiple rounds at a home before fleeing the area in a white SUV before police arrived. There will be an increased police presence in the area for the investigation. And this was the scene near Schomburg at Highway 9 and 11th Concession. 2 people have been taken to hospital after an SUV and sedan collided earlier this morning. Orillia is feeling a growing pressure and now has to face some tough questions. City Council is meeting with their counterparts at the County of Simcoe discussing their options. CTV's Luke Simard reports on the lingering issues on Orillia's streets.
The city of Orillia is keeping its options open as it continues to see an influx of homelessness. Orillia has had its eyes on the city of Barrie after it declared a state of emergency September 9th. Council met with the county on Monday to explore what resources the county would provide if a state of emergency was declared here.
This is a significant issue for us, and the county is responsible for dealing with this, so we want to make sure we have the resources that they provide and understand what they are.
Mayor Don McIsaac acknowledging his council remains committed to helping those who need it most.
Our hope is that we focus on helping the most vulnerable. That was a priority council picked up on, and there's a small minority of a criminal element here that we're dealing with as well, so we intend to deal with that.
The county says it's ready to provide the services if that declaration was made.
We operate 7 days a week in the city of Orillia right now, so a lot of that groundwork or framework in terms of building relationships, trying to connect individuals who are in these encampments with appropriate resources.
The county says it will engage with community partners and the city to do what's required.
We're trying to support and to make sure that if there are enforcement efforts taken on behalf of the city, that our teams have an opportunity to engage individuals on an individual basis, just to best determine what are their unique needs and how do we best support the individual, knowing that situations vary immensely.
Orillia Lighthouse would receive some support from the county and is watching the situation closely.
In some ways, a more intense approach to the kind of work that is being done. it isn't something that's new here in Orillia. We've had people who are staying in encampments for years. And so a state of emergency is in a lot of ways just bringing more awareness to the issue that we are already seeing here in our community.
Mayor McIsaac hasn't decided when or if he will declare a state of emergency, but is using the meeting for council to be aware of what happens once a declaration is decided and what resources the county can provide. Luke Samard, CTV News, Orillia.
Now, it's been also almost a month since the city of Barrie declared a state of emergency, and still today 26 encampments remain active.
Able to remove a lot of the encampments that have been in place. Obviously, Mulcaster, Bradford Street, we've seen quite a lot of cleaning up, quite a lot of opportunity for folks to get help. And you know, it's not always perfect all the time, as we said up front. You know, there's going to be things that we're going to do that we're going to have to work through piece by piece and day by day. But overall, I think that it's all moving in the right direction at this point.
According to city officials, efforts to clean up encampments are showing signs of progress, with 4 major sites already dismantled and others in process. According to county data, there were 632 homeless people in Barrie a week before the state of emergency. The latest numbers show that numbers dropped to roughly 111 people. As a reminder, we've launched a special page on our website where you can track every update about the state of emergency and encampments as it happens. You can also watch this full interview. Just head to ctvnews.ca/Barrie and click on the Barrie Encampment Latest Highlight button. The province is spending $10 million to help a major employer in Huntsville and support the broader forest industry in the region. CTV's Mike Lang has the details on where that money will go and who it'll help.
In the face of an active trade war,
the Ontario government is investing $10 million in Dakin, North America, right here in Huntsville.
The province providing a boost to the manufacturer, turning one of Muskoka's most vast resources into an innovative local product.
This is a product that is unique, and it's going to make a definite improvement in the housing construction. A great fit for what we're trying to accomplish here in Ontario and building more homes, more communities with Ontario-made wood.
The product, wood panels sourced from the region's underused poplar trees. The provincial investment is supporting Daiken's $70 million project of turning these panels into flooring, recreational vehicle parts, and modular housing.
We have special equipment to make our new products in here, as well as a diligent employee and excellent management team.
And thanks to the Japan-based manufacturer's Huntsville facility, Daiken says it can produce panels that offer better strength, flexibility, and screw retention, all at a lower cost compared to imported material. The province says its support of Daiken is part of the plan to protect the forest sector in the face of U.S. tariffs.
By choosing Huntsville, you have chosen to strengthen Ontario's forestry sector, bolster the resilience of our supply chain, and create good-paying jobs for northern families, jobs that they can count on.
The investment is expected to create 10 new local jobs and support 128 existing local jobs.
This is such an incredible vote of confidence, not only in the town of Huntsville, but our entire region.
Daiken expects to bring their new wood panels to market by the spring of 2026 and says it already has interested customers in wood flooring and automotive interiors. At the same time, the province says today's investment will help support 28 forest sector businesses throughout the region. Mike Lang, CTV News, Huntsville.
Well, now Casey Colby's here with our first look at weather.
And weather is gorgeous, isn't it? What a day, what a day. We're here at the Hitch House along Highway 11 in Shanty Bay. Many call it Gasoline Alley, this part of the road, and we're surrounded by many possibilities. We're going to leave it at that and talk more a little later about the Hitch House. Let's talk about the weather, though, because, oh, what a day. Record-setting in some areas. Certainly record-setting in Muskoka and record-setting in Orillia. Oh, Orillia. More on that later. First look at the forecast brought to you by Presler Injury Law. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. And 25 degrees after 6 o'clock. In October. Oh, is it ever lovely out here? How long is it going to last? More on that coming up in a few minutes' time. Winds are out of the southwest, 11 kilometers an hour. Let's take a peek and see what the temperature is outside your door. Warmer than 25? Well, as we take a look at Gravenhurst, looks like 26. 26 in Owen Sound. 25 in Mount Forest. 26 in Alliston. Welcome back, Alliston. Good to see your temperature there. And 26 in Toronto. This is a look at what do you got at the top left screen there. Radar satellite images over the last little while, and it looks like we have a little rain moving in. Yes, there is increasing cloud cover. What that's going to do to the temperature might want some people to start thinking about driving south, perhaps maybe with the Hitch House in mind. All that coming up in just a few minutes' time. Jack.
Thanks, KC. Now the countdown is on to Thanksgiving, but with the rising cost of food and other pressures on your wallet, many say the holiday will look a little different this year. CTV's Rob Cooper has more.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, many people are grabbing some last-minute items from the supermarket for their annual dinner. But more and more often, people say they are downsizing this year because of the increasing costs of food.
Yeah, just buy what you really need and maybe a couple of luxuries, but really have cut back a lot.
The Food Bank in Barrie continues to see record numbers of people in need of food support. Last month, it served more than 7,500 people. This month, it's busy handing out Thanksgiving dinners with a bit of a twist.
And so we have the option now of double the meat or a turkey, and that help us manage our inventory.
The Food Bank says it's taken the new approach because not everyone wants a turkey. This way, people who do can still get one. The cost of turkeys just too high to service everyone. People who use the food bank say it's been a lifeline of sorts for them, as everyone seems to be struggling with the cost of living.
I'm not stressed at home. I'm not telling the kids that they can't eat. I'm not saying to them, like, you know, we got a ration.
The Thanksgiving food drive is still short on its dollar and food donation goals. The money donations have far greater reach.
When we buy in full pallet quantities of food, and we're taking advantage of wholesalers and deals that the grocery industry provides us.
For people who don't use the food bank, taking a few extra minutes and being a little more selective seems to be helping their own bottom line.
I'm looking for things that I need, but also really paying attention to things that are unsafe.
Now, while demand is up 14% year over year at the Barrie Food Bank, its executive director says the number of first-time users is actually down this month for the first time in a long time. Keep in mind, the food bank is still collecting donations for its Thanksgiving food drive if you want to help out. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
Now, even with Thanksgiving out of the picture, more Ontarians are having to make the difficult decision, heat or eat.
A lot of folks are doing the things that they need to do. They're reducing costs. They're trying to budget differently, perhaps. But certainly getting on top of debt is an important thing. So if there's any way for them to refinance at a lower interest rate, I mean, interest rates have come down, certainly. But for a lot of folks in the survey, they said that they would need them to come down lower in order for them to feel comfortable.
A new survey from MNP shows Ontarians are more likely to delay medical care and procedures than people in other provinces. The poll also reveals 31% have cut back on utilities, 25% they're eating less to save money. Half of all respondents say they're within $200 of not being able to pay their monthly bills. Premier Ford is doubling down on his decision to remove Crown Royal from LCBO's shelves.
Who in their right mind, any business person with half a brain, would go after their largest customer in North America? Diageo, we do over $765 million, more than any jurisdiction anywhere in the US or in Canada. And they want to close down a plant over what, $8 million of wages they think they're going to save? The LCBO is the largest purchaser of alcohol in the entire world. And I'll use that leverage to make sure we send a signal that we're pulling Crown Royal off our shelves as soon as the last person leaves that plant.
In response to news last month about Diageo planning to shut down its plant in Amherstburg, Ford poured out a bottle of Crown Royal during a news conference. If the closure goes through, 200 jobs will be cut. Now Ford is hinting he may target the company-owned Smirnoff brand next. Also today, Ontario's 4 publicly funded school board associations are calling for Ford not to go ahead with his plan to get rid of speed cameras. In a joint statement, the association says we must do everything possible to slow down drivers and protect children in school zones. It calls for changes to automated speed enforcement rather than elimination. The statement echoes similar calls made in nearly a dozen municipalities last week. Premier Ford has pledged to introduce legislation to ban speed cameras after repeatedly calling them a cash grab. Now, we want to hear from you. Should the province ban automated speed enforcement cameras? Head to our website, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, to cast your vote in our latest poll. Ottawa's main federal budget will be released in fall instead of the spring. The government typically tables a budget in spring and then a shorter fiscal update in the fall. But Prime Minister Mark Carney is swapping the dates. The Liberals plan to table their first budget under Carney on November 4th, that budget update. Capital spend is expected to rise amid plans to ramp up defense and infrastructure spending in the face of heavy economic pressure from U.S. tariffs. Our region saw another unreasonably hot day, with the Humidex reaching 31 degrees, and many say it feels more like July than October.
It is just a beautiful day to be here.
It's amazing to be able to sit on the beach in October in shorts. Fantastic weather.
A couple years ago, actually, we were, I think, here on October 1st, but not this late.
I'm just enjoying my last few days of the sun, taking it all in. I've done it all summer, and I'm just going to enjoy it now before it ends.
No, we're actually just on our way up to Kilbear. This has kind of turned into a traditional stop for us, where it's about the midway point, and we're just getting ready to spend Thanksgiving with the family.
Environment Canada says this late season warmth is due to a weather pattern more typical of July or August, but return to fall reality is just a day away. Over the weekend, Muskoka set a new heat record at 28.9 degrees. The night sky will shine bright this evening thanks to the largest and brightest full moon so far this year. Tonight's harvest moon will double as the first supermoon of 2025. That means the moon is about as close to Earth as it gets, making it appear bigger and brighter. A harvest moon occurs nearest the fall equinox, which helped farmers during the crucial harvest season before electricity. Still to come, we've got your weekend roundup. From an annual initiative helping Indigenous youth suit up for the game they love, to our local Run for the Cure and raise money and awareness for breast cancer research and supports. Those stories and more after the break. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Thanks for sticking with us. It was a busy weekend with community coming together for various special events. Saturday, truckloads of new and used hockey gear was handed out to young players here in Barrie, all thanks to the annual Indigenous Hockey Equipment Drive.
We have 16 communities coming here to pick up over 500 bags of gear and 1,000 hockey sticks and tons of new gear. What we do is we sort them and then we bag them.
We're looking for brand new helmets and brand new skates and gloves. Those are kind of the essentials to get everyone going.
We are remote. We have barriers to getting equipment and getting our kids over, and so that's why this is helpful for us as well.
This started off as something from the heart. It still is, but now it's turned into a passion, a part-time job, and we've got so many people helping us.
Over the years, we've been able to donate over $2 million worth of equipment to this project, and it's from generous donors from all over the place.
We supply 8 storage units to allow this charity to function all year long, and we're very, very proud and happy to be a part of this.
Right at the bottom there. Small. Everybody asks me, why do you do this? It's all about the kids.
It's like Christmas for these kids when they get all this brand new gear. Some of it, of course, is used, some of it is brand new, and it's special to watch them when they open it.
It's estimated 6,000 hockey bags and 10,000 sticks will be delivered to 70 communities across the country by the end of October. The Ontario Cage Cobras baseball organization packed Athletic Culture Stadium in Midhurst this weekend, kicking off its first season and giving back to the community.
The inaugural Ontario Cobras pack the party!
More than 140 young baseball players from 9 teams hit the field Saturday to launch the High Performance program and collect donations for the Barrie Food Bank. Under the sunny skies, fans were treated to player introductions and a first ever Cobra Cup. The Cobras say their mission is simple: to get local talent ready for the next level of their baseball journey.
Well, I chose the program because I saw a lot of coaches that came from where I want to go. So I believe they have the path for me to get to where I want to go.
Development is number one for us. That's where we want to get to, where the players feel it is a high performance program and take them to the next level.
if it's a D1, D2, D3, wherever it is, whatever goals they want to obtain, we want to help the players get there.
I saw it as a place that I could grow and accomplish my goals, whether it was in the weight room, on the field, off the field.
The Cobras are based out of South Barrie. The organization says a food bank donation bin will be set up at their South End location for the next several weeks. They'll be collecting non-perishable items since they gear up for their next big campaign ahead of the Christmas holidays. The Orillia Fall Fair turned 175 this year, and the celebration did not disappoint.
Oh, look at that Volkswagen bus. Nice.
Thousands came out to enjoy classic country fun, from midway rides to live music and pie-eating contests, prize-winning pumpkins. There were cows, goats, and tractors, even a lawn tractor race that had the crowd cheering.
Tradition. A lot of people support tradition. They know what we bring to the fair community and to the community in itself. They're excited to come out and support us, and they want to have fun with us, and we want them to have a blast.
Even after 175 years, the Orillia Fall Fair is still going strong, proving some things just get better with age. Organizers are already looking ahead to next year. Friday's Hometown Heroes event brought the community together for a great cause, helping to keep the Barrie Volts thriving.
This is what it's all about, is community support, and we love being here. We're happy, see the kids and interact with them, and it's nice for the Baycats, the Colts, and then the fire and the police, and just the community coming together.
The night celebrated inclusive sports and the athletes who inspire, all while helping grow access to adaptive hockey right here at home. It's a special kind of sledge hockey for kids with mobility issues, using electronic chairs so anyone can play.
The team really wants their big goal of the year is to get new team jackets. They just went to Sweden last month, and they came in second place in the world, and their new goal is to get team jackets for this next season.
The night included plenty of activities for kids as well, with food and drink, all proceeds going to the Barrie Volt hockey team. On Sunday, communities across the country took part in the annual CIBC Run for the Cure. In our region, nearly 650 people hit the pavement.
We had about 650 participants show up. We brought in an amazing amount today, and I believe it's still increasing, and it is over $188,000.
I was diagnosed in January of 2024, and I just reached my 1-year mark of being cancer-free. Last year I did the 1K and I walked it. I was going through treatment at the time, and this year I was able to do the 5K, and I'm like so pumped that I finished and crossed that finish line.
I have been fighting cancer for the last 10 years.
She's very strong, and she's stronger than like everyone here since she's going through what she's going through.
Every day is a new day. You just continue with the life. Don't let cancer stop you doing things.
When you literally feel on the lowest days that you can't make it, you can make it. You can get through. You can do hard things, and I did it for my girls. I have 3 young girls, and I did it.
The charity raised more than $18 million nationwide, with people in Barrie, Orillia, Blue Mountains, and Collingwood among the 60,000 who took part. Now, from lacing up for the cause to taking action on your health, October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you're not sure if you're due for a mammogram or what your screening options are, now's the time to find out. Joining us is Dr. Zachary Hugh, Regional Breast Imaging Lead for RVH. Now, first question right off the bat, who should be getting screened for breast cancer and how often?
Right. So we have our Ontario Breast Screening Program, the OBSP, in the province, and we set out guidelines about who is eligible for breast screening. For the most part, that is women, two-spirited people, trans people, and non-binary people between the age of 40 and 74. There are additional criteria that can kind of rule you in or rule you out, but for the vast majority of people who fall into that that category, you are eligible for breast screening in our province.
So the key is the tissue, the makeup of the breast. Why that age?
It's a good question, and things have actually changed recently. It's only been, a shorter amount of time that we've offered screening for individuals between 40 and 50. But these are the ages where screening is the most beneficial. So the goal of screening is to save lives, and we do that by detecting breast cancers early, before you'd ever have symptoms from a breast cancer, before there'd be a lump in the breast or kind of any other sign that would tell you that you might have a cancer. And the goal there is to be able to treat these cancers both, earlier, but also in less invasive ways if they're caught earlier on the basis of that screening. And so we chose that age group as the group that will benefit the most from a screening program. And for most people in between those ages, it's once every 2 years that you'll get a screening mammogram to kind of keep up to date.
Now, new survey data from Breast Cancer Canada shows 97% of Canadians believe more progress is needed in breast cancer care. What technological advances have been made at RVH?
That's a good question. So we have actually in recent years upgraded our mammogram units, and it provides a few benefits. So number one, we now have the technology to do 3D mammogram, which we call tomosynthesis, which basically allows us, instead of looking at a mammogram as one picture, it lets us look at individual slices of the breast. So it actually helps us be more confident in our diagnoses. And another benefit it provides is a bit more comfort for patients as well. So the breast is compressed when we take images, and that's in order to, it's a measure we use to get better pictures. But the upgraded machines that we have this curved compression surface that makes things more comfortable. So it's provided us a lot of benefits, really.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Zachary Hugh. If you'd like to watch this interview again or catch up on any other news of the day, you can find it all on our website. Just visit ctvnews.ca/Barrie or scan the QR code on your screen. Still to come, we have the details on Connor McDavid's massive contract extension. But first, let's check back in with Casey.
Oh, I say, living in the lap of luxury at the Hitch House. Here, here, Jack. Oh, and if you were in one of these beautiful RVs, you'd need the air conditioning on. Yeah, perhaps for 3 days in a row. That's record-setting temperatures 3 days in a row in Aurelia. Saturday, Sunday, and again today. And our weather watcher, Artiste Addison, says, oh, do tell, how long will these summer-like conditions last? I'll have that answer for you coming up. You're watching CTV News, Barrie.
What a great start to our Picture This theme of the week. We're leafing it to you to show us your most stunning autumn shots. From golden leaves to homemade pies. If it screams fall, send it in to picturethis@ctvnews.ca all week long. Now, back to KC. KC, what's going on down there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here at the Hitch House. You had me at pies. I'm salivating. I'm thinking about pies. I'm thinking about autumn baking. Doesn't feel like autumn, though, does it? Well, it will, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on right now. Of course, we're at the Hitch House. We're going to hitch up the forecast and tell you what that is. And more on the Hitch House coming up in just a few minutes' time. Let's talk about the weather. Record-setting weather. Yes, Aurelia, unbelievable. 3 days of record-setting temperature. And again today, close in Barrie, we missed it by 0.3 degrees. And record temperatures in Muskoka, still very warm. How about 26 degrees in Gravenhurst? Yeah, 22 in the Sunshine City of Aurelia. And this is a look at the almanac for today. There we go, 28.10. That's our high, that's our low. Normally about 15 and 4. We're getting there very soon, I might add. There's the record high. There's the record low, minus 3.3 back in 1873. Our sunrise, sunset, about 11 hours and 23 minutes of daylight for us to enjoy. Adam, roll that forecast radar for me, would you please? There it is. Thank you very much, Adam. Increasing cloud cover. Is there a shower or two on the way? maybe 3 or 4. Maybe some thunderstorm activity. And tomorrow, well, it looks kind of refreshing in many ways. Let's get right into it. This is the southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Overnight temperatures settling in quite nicely, I might add. Here we go. 15, 16 degrees. There's a 14 and 0 in sound. Increase in cloud cover. Some showers. Risk of a thunderstorm overnight. And for tomorrow, 16 and 17 degrees. That's the high. Also very close to our overnight low. Mainly cloudy tomorrow. Showers. Risk of a thunderstorm. To Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill. 15 to 16 degrees. We're looking at increasing cloud cover, some showers, possible thunderstorms for this evening. And then for tomorrow, 18 and 20 degrees for the high. Mainly cloudy skies. Some shower activity and possible thunderstorms, yes. Will there be some moments of sunshine? Well, mainly cloudy. We're hoping to see a little bit of sunshine. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton. Have a look. 14, 15, 16 degrees, increase in cloud cover. And then tomorrow, well, some shower activity, 16 and 17, 18 degrees for the high, so the temperatures aren't rising too much. And then clearing into the afternoon. Is that a harbinger of things to come? Well, where would we find that information? We would find that, ladies and gentlemen, in the Diamond & Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast. And it looks like this, starting in Simcoe County. And here we go. Yes, Tuesday is some shower activity being delivered by Mother Nature. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sunny, 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 14 and 16, seasonal temperatures where we should be. There's the weekend. There's Saturday, sun and cloud and 16 degrees for us to enjoy. York Region, 5-day extended forecast. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here comes the sun. 15, 13, 17 degrees. Again, seasonal values where we should be as far as this time of year. And Saturday, sunny, cloud and 17. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Halliburton, have a look. And it is the same situation. Once we get rid of this low pressure system and a little bit of shower activity, possible thunderstorm, we are back into the sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 13, 14, 17, and 16 degrees. As mentioned, we are here at the Hitch House. Yes, along Highway 11. Yes, in Gasoline Alley, as many of us know it as Gasoline Alley, Hitch House, and in Shanty Bay. And we're here with Tom Stowe. Tom, thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much. Good to see you, too. And we're here at the Hitch House. We've been in and out. I don't know if you've known, we've been in and out of these RVs all day long. But I promise we cleaned up. But I want to ask you a couple questions, Tom. And the first one being, I mean, there's a wide variety of RVs available. And it can be kind of daunting, kind of confusing. Can you, different shapes and sizes, can you just kind of classify and break them down to us?
Sure, like right behind us here, you'll see a bus-style motorhome. That's referred to as a Class A. Off over to my right, you'll see another smaller coach, and it's a nice little van-style motorhome, also referred to as a Class B. And then some of the more family-style motorhomes are Class Cs, where they can take all the kids with them, right?
Absolutely. Some of us have a lot of kids.
Yes, some of us do.
So true. Now, buying a motorhome, I know it can be an expensive deal for some people. It can be a little on the intimidating side. What advice would you give people who are starting their search for this wonderful experience?
Well, I think the first place people have to think about is how they're going to use it. Are they road warriors? Are they doing a lot of traveling? Maybe a van style is more for them. They're going to use it in combination with hotels and just getting all over North America. Or do they like to go and stay places and have a nice 3-4 month stay in one place and get to know that maybe a Class A is for them? You have to figure out how you're going to use that motorhome and then go from there and look at the amenities in that particular coach that you like.
And my last question, Tom, I drive by here all the time. I've stopped in here, you know that, a number of times. And now when I drive by, I notice that there's not as many RVs that are out there. The inventory, it looks like it's a little low. Is there a good reason why that is?
Well, we've all kind of experienced what's going on with the tariffs, right? So for a number of months, we just couldn't get the coaches in because there was a tariff. And 90% of these motorhomes are actually, there isn't a Canadian equivalent for them. So fortunately, with a little help from Doug Shipley and from Eleanor Ham from the RVDA of Canada, the Minister of Finance took the tariffs off of those coaches. So now they're opened up, right? So we have a few coaches left. They're at the pre-tariff prices. The new ones that are coming in, we're working really hard to buy in bulk to get savings for folks.
Very good.
Right.
Well, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure coming here. Much appreciated. Tom Stowe of the Hitch House. Good to be here. And I mean, some people want to go south. This isn't a bad idea to hitch your ride, if you know what I'm talking about, Jack.
Certainly do, Casey. Now, NHL superstar Connor McDavid has agreed to a contract extension with the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers say the agreement is for 2 years and $25 million, working out to $12.5 million per season for the three-time Hart Memorial Trophy winner. The 28-year-old Newmarket native was coming into his final year of an 8-year contract, $100 million, signed back in 2017. The Toronto Raptors preseason tips off tonight out west. The Raptors square off against the Denver Nuggets in Vancouver. Toronto will be looking to get back to the playoffs after missing the postseason for the third straight year. They begin the regular season October 22nd in Atlanta. The home opener is in October 24th against the Milwaukee Bucks. Tip-off tonight is just after 10 o'clock. The Toronto Blue Jays are just one win away from a spot in the American League Championship Series after back-to-back blowout wins over the New York Yankees. The team is making a statement and fans are loving every minute of it. CTV's Allison Hurst has more on the historic run.
Deep left field. It is a grand slam.
The hits, the runs,
on another 2-2, a swing and a miss,
and the strikeouts.
Now Varsho drills one.
Just kept coming.
It was worth every dollar, every minute. It was. I think we just witnessed history here.
Rookie pitcher Trey Yesavage took the mound in his first ever postseason start.
He's built for this game. It's awesome. Let's just hope that he's built for the Blue Jay game and stays here as long as possible.
Setting a franchise record, 11 strikeouts in a postseason game, and he did it in just 5 innings.
Rookie pitcher, you want to save him maybe for later on. Don't burn him out now. And what a nice young man. That very pleased the way he's handling the situation.
Yesavage felt the support at the mound.
The energy and the passion that this fan base has, and all 44,000 people that were here tonight, is special.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. also had a franchise first, a grand slam in the playoffs.
Vladdy's, he just, when we need him, he shows up.
The Jays also had a big 10-1 win Saturday, putting the boys of summer in a position to sweep the Yankees.
The game was beautiful. I mean, the team is so good this year. I think they're going to go just up till they win.
Game 3 is tomorrow in the Bronx. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
Still to come, your morning cup of coffee is going to cost you a bit more. Why Canada's iconic coffee change is charging more for the drink, and how it signals a wider trend of jittery coffee prices. Plus, we'll recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Recapping our top stories, Orillia is keeping its options open as the city sees an influx of homelessness in the wake of Barrie's encampment clearing. Orillia City Council met with the county today to find out what resources it would get if the city were to declare its own state of emergency. The province is spending $10 million to help a major employer in Huntsville and support the broader forest industry, part of Daikin's $70 million project turning the region's underused poplar trees into wood panels for flooring, recreational vehicles, and modular housing. Thanksgiving's just around the corner, but many say they're downsizing this year because of the high cost of food. The Barrie Food Bank continues to see a record number of people in need, handing out Thanksgiving dinners with a twist to get by the high cost of turkey. For the first time in 3 years, Tim Hortons is upping its prices, charging more for a cup of coffee, following a trend of rising coffee costs. A cup of Joe is set to go up by 1.5%, a few extra cents at the register. A Tim Hortons spokesperson says the cost of coffee beans has more than doubled in the past 3 years. With coffee imports from the U.S., the trade war has also added to the price hike. And while your morning coffee may cost a little more, some investors are seeing gains at the start of this week. Canada's main stock index is up more than 150 points. Let's take a look at how things are moving right now. The TSX was up 60 points, the Dow was down 63, and the Nasdaq was up 161. In commodities, oil was up, closing at $61.69 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $39.76 an ounce. And our dollar was down, ending the day at 71.66 cents U.S. The Canada Employment and Immigration Union says the federal government is cutting 250 jobs in the passport program. In a statement, the union calls the cuts a direct attack on workers who've tirelessly served Canadians through waves of unprecedented demand. This follows 800 job cuts for the passport program last May. The federal union warns more cuts will lead to delays, backlogs, and service disruptions. As part of Science Literacy Week, a new event called What's Next kicked off today. It's a collaboration between Ontario Power Generation, the Ontario Science Centre, and Ontario Tech University. CTV's Jessica Smith has the details.
Sparking curiosity and igniting imagination.
The truth about science is we all practice it. We all ask questions. We're all curious. Science is really all around us. It's within us. It's a mode of viewing the world.
As a part of Science Literacy Week and the province's new energy literacy program, a new website and initiative called What Next is helping to create more connections to the worlds of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Whatnext.ca is a new website that we've launched in partnership with OPG and Ontario Tech. It's incredible to have this opportunity to tie expertise together.
The Science Centre's KidSpark Harbourfront location is just one of these satellite locations offering opportunities for students to get hands-on and learn.
We really want them excited about science and looking at getting into the trades, become an engineer. There's so many jobs that we'll need in the next 10, 15, 20 years.
The goal is to give students, parents, and educators all the tools to continue working towards a more sustainable future.
It was seeing my dad as a high school science teacher that got me interested in science, but in my later years now as an educator and the founder of an education company, I see just, how much need there is for it.
There will be interactive activations here at the KidSpark Harbourfront Ontario Science Centre location throughout the week and over the course of the year for students interested in careers and the future of science and energy. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
Still to come, a legendary Canadian rock band making a comeback. We'll have more on Rush reuniting and when you can catch them on stage again. Stay tuned. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Taking a look at your primetime lineup tonight, NFL Countdown starts at 8 o'clock with the game at 8:15, Kansas City at Jacksonville, and CTV News after that. Now taking a look at what's trending online. Taylor Swift's new album is breaking streaming records, which has helped the pop star also win the weekend at the box office. The film release party for Swift's album, The Life of a Showgirl, took over theaters this weekend, bringing in $33 million across America. One of Canada's most famous rock bands is reuniting. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of Rush say they will be heading on a North American tour next year, their first since 2015. The tour, titled the 50-something Tour, will begin in Los Angeles in June. A Toronto stop is scheduled for August 7th and 9th. Meanwhile, Brew Rodeo is marking its 40th anniversary this year, and over in New Brunswick, their legacy is being celebrated in the form of a massive corn maze.
It's beautiful. I mean, we just saw pictures of it a couple of days ago, and it's truly amazing, beautiful.
Hunter Brother Farms works with a graphic designer each year to draw out their design. Then an engineer tells them what stalks to cut. Over the years, they've honored other Canadian icons like Gordon Lightfoot, Stan Rogers, and Terry Fox. Now time to check in one last time with Say KC for our Get Up and Go. Case. It'll be tomorrow. The temperature will be 17 in Barrie, 18 in Newmarket, and 16 in Gravenhurst with rain. So get ready for that tomorrow. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Jack Morse. Thank you for watching. I'll be back on the desk with your news at 11. Until then, good night.